Aloha! Let's try this again. So we try a different connection. So welcome again to a special edition of iWIN Live. I'm so excited to bring you this live from Maui this morning. It's just a couple minutes after 7 a.m. And I am here in my cubanicle that Bubbly built. Speaking of Bubbly, the new Bellini Bliss is an island refreshing treat that you can enjoy anywhere, but only for a limited time only. So this has been a really fun adventure, and I thought I'd share some of this, give you a little bit of tour. I'm going to try, hopefully, I'm literally feet away from the ocean, so try and give you a little bit of sense of what I've been able to do this week, and also answer some questions specifically about this trip only though. So let me go on my computer and refresh. Believe it or not, I mean, this is a full working office. I got a fridge. The co-workers try and steal stuff all the time. It was loaded with bubbly, but all the people keep trying to steal it. So, it's just like a real office, where you put your name on it and somebody takes it. So let me pull up these comments so that I can see them over here. So yeah, so feel free to throw some questions in here, and I will do my best to answer them. But I want to try and give you a little bit of a tour of what they built. I gotta tell you, I have just been blown away this entire trip of all the cool things that they did. And hopefully you guys hear me, because you hear the waves splashing. So let's see if we can flip this around and show you the view I am looking at. So there is my view. It's not a bad view from your cubicle each morning. And let's give you a little tour of the place. So as you can see, we've had all kinds of little on-workers come and take photos and everything during the process. But there were 4 winners, and we each have our own cubanicle. I'm right here in the middle. So we have, we all got nameplates, which will be going in my wall. And this is our little office. And they paid super attention to details. So if you notice, my clock is actually set to my time zone. They also purposely put a dog photo on my wall because Roscoe was in my video that won. So I'll show you some of the co-workers. Now at night, they cover them up with these little tarps, and then we clip them basically, again, so nobody steals anything. And then they removed all the bubbly because the cost of a Bellini Bliss, cool and refreshing island drink, is $7 here. And it's really interesting because the hotel, we'll show you the other co-workers' little offices. So we got this one. We got this one. And as you can see, we got joggers, people out and about. And this is that wonderful ocean view that we have with the waves crashing as you somewhat work. So, all right, let's switch this back. Oh, you know what? Yep, you guys need a little tour of the office. We had the fridge that was fully stocked. They've supplied me with a lamp, plenty of pens. We got notepads, binders. The fan is really key here in the cubanicle. Let's switch that back. And And let me remind you that bubbly, Bellini Bliss, is just another cool island refreshing drink. So somebody asked how many winners there were on this. There were 4 winners. We all got to bring a guest with us. Let's see if I can pull up all the comments. Hope you brought an empty suitcase. You know we didn't. And Bubbly has given us so much stuff. We do have one that's like semi-empty, so we'll be trying to fit everything in it. The big pineapple pool float may be a little bit of a challenge. But let's see. Let me see if I can pull up. All right. There we go. I think I can now look at these. Do you get to keep one? Do I get to keep like this or the bubbly? We have lots of bubbly, but it's kind of wet. Some of you guys like the new shirts. Yes, you saw Roscoe's been up to some hijinks while I've been away, and he's been ordering some stuff and sent me this shirt. So we're going to have a little chat about that emergency credit card when we get home. Are you also doing something at 7 p.m.? No, just it was supposed to be 7 a.m. Hopefully the time posted right. Did I post it wrong? I wasn't sure if I could put it for Eastern time or exactly what I needed to do. So no, it's 7 a.m. Hawaii time, 1 p.m. Eastern. So I apologize if the times got jaded a little bit. I wanted to get that out and promote it last night for you guys. Let's see what our questions we got. So yeah, ask questions away. So we have we've done some really cool activities. In fact, today's going to be really neat because we will be we're going to be videoing. They're going to be doing some promotional shooting today in a couple hours in the cubanicles. So we'll do that for a couple hours, and then we have a pool party. It's Aloha Friday, no work Friday, and they're throwing a huge bubbly pool party, not only just for us, but for the entire hotel. So we really, everything they've done, they've given us little like tidbits of, okay, this is what we're going to do, this is the times, and then you show up and the reality just exceeds our expectations. Do you have an iWIN advertisement towards the running path? No. So just like most WIN trips, even though I'm doing a live from my cubanicle, I have one iWIN t-shirt with me. I don't even have an iWIN hat with me. You tend to always respect the sponsor in that. I've dressed very Hawaiian. I've worn a lot of Hawaiian shirts. I've drank a lot of bubbly, which I actually do love bubbly. Some of you guys know I used to be a Diet Coke person, like religious 5-6 a day, and it's been about 4 years now, and we switched over to strictly bubbly and sparkling water, and just like soda I have once in a while, maybe once a week at most. It's usually a couple times a month when I want something. Let's see. Yeah, this is like I've won a lot of trips. It's no secret, but this is definitely top 3-4 trips that we've ever won. It's over the top amazing. Probably the coolest thing they've done from my point of view was the very first night. Everything is themed upon WFH, work from home or work from Hawaii. That was the whole contest. And somebody asked, was this a skill contest? Yes, this was a one-time TikTok video, and you had to use their filter. You can go to my TikTok page. You can see my video. It's still up. And you had to show what it was like working from home, and then what it would be like working from Hawaii. And they really wanted to gear it towards people who work from home, work remotely, and kind of create this office space so that you could come here and work from Hawaii. lost my train of thought. But first night was we had to meet with human resource, or HR, for onboarding. And HR was Hawaiian Resources. And what they did is, just down the path here, they had a huge spot set up for us with food and drinks and all kinds of different Hawaiian cultural activities. Like we did lei making, so they showed us how to make leis. They did the basket weaving and the straw hats, and I don't even know, all kinds with the leaves. We did some of that. They had a mixologist come in and actually show us how to make some of the drinks with bubbly. So on the property, I don't know the full connection, they actually have bubbly signs all over, and they have special drinks at each bar that are made with bubbly that you can order. And if you saw some of the pictures from when we came in our room, they actually had recipes, and they had all the ingredients laid out when we checked in inside our room if we wanted to make one of those special drinks for ourselves. They had they had live music. They brought in a guy to show us coconut husking. At the very end, culminated with one of the fire dancers, which the fire dancers always steal the show. They're amazing, and it's super cool, but it was literally just for the 4 winners, our guests, and then they had some people from Bubbly and Pepsi, and some people from Hyatt, and actually some people from corporate Hyatt from Chicago had flown in for the event for a couple days. We've seen a couple different people throughout the week. They had some of the directors at the hotel come. Is all our food and drinks included? That's a good question, because most trips, it's not. You know, you're kind of on your own for your food, drinks. So when you win a trip, it's kind of traveling inexpensively. This trip's a little different because, one, they gave us club access, and club access at this hotel actually has food and drinks throughout the day. So every morning we have breakfast. I mean, we're talking eggs, bacon, sausage. They always have something else. They always have, plenty of drinks, different coffees, you name it. They have that. So that's where we usually eat breakfast, and that's included. They have snacks throughout the day, like cookies and chips and stuff, plus drinks if you want. And then in the evening from 5 to 8, they have desserts, and they usually have something for dinner, and it's varied. Every day it's been something a little bit different. You could literally go eat dinner there if you want. The one nice thing is they have given us $1,000 resort credit. So we can use that at any of the restaurants, the shaved ice, the bars, you name it. We can use that for whatever we want at our leisure. So we've used it at the pool restaurant, and then in the evening, actually tonight we're going to their steakhouse. Tomorrow night we're also going to the same restaurant, and then we have another reservation at a different restaurant before we go home on Tuesday night. So and then we leave on Wednesday to come back. We'll be back in Orlando Friday early morning. Did I mention how refreshing bubbly is? I've actually really come to liking this Bellini Bliss, like no joke. And it is a limited time only. Can you take home anything from the hut? So, no. Well, I think we can take like our office supplies, and stuff like that. But it's kind of their setup. They've debated actually doing this as a partnership with the Hyatt and kind of selling it so that people can rent these out just like they do day beds or cabanas or anything else for the people who actually kind of work from home or work remotely. So we really don't know. We've heard different versions and stories. The cost to ship this to the mainland would be extremely expensive, but I have to admit, if they give me the option, I will seriously consider it, because I would love to actually recreate this in our little backyard area. And there's no doubt in my mind that this would work. Well, look at that. My Discord notifications giving me the iHeart word just like that, so I can win one of those trips. If you're not part of iWIN and you're not part of Discord, you are missing out. What is it, 75 trips they're giving away? So Someone got a little bit too much sun. Yeah, this was from snorkeling yesterday. I did get a little bit too much sun, some burn on my legs. So I'm not an office kid. I have the swim trunks on. Like I said, we have the photo shoot coming up and commercial shoot in a couple hours. We're going to do some of that, and then we are going to do this pool party that is sponsored by Bubbly in connection with the Hyatt, and I'm sure it's going to be over the top. So I'm glad you are enjoying the TikTok videos. I've started doing those TikTok videos for lots of different reasons, but the one main reason is I do think it's a huge marketing platform that more and more sponsors are using. We're seeing it. We're seeing tons of winners. We just had a contest a couple months ago that gave away $10,000 prizes, and you had to do a simple TikTok video. It's 6 or 7 of the winners were from iWIN, and that's 10 grand because they did a TikTok video. So I'm trying to learn it myself. I'm not teaching TikTok class as of now. I am teaching a skill class that I'm going to show you some of the things I've learned with TikTok and some of the things I'm using to create simple videos, simple effects. By no means am I claiming I'm an expert, and it is not a TikTok class. It is more of a skill class. You can check that out on the site under the Sweeper University tab. It's going to be September 15th. There's a 7, there's a 9 o'clock, and then if you can't make it, the one cool thing that we've done now is we've done on demand. So within 24 hours after we film the live class, I get you a link. You can then watch it. The good part too is if you can make it live, because some people love to make it live, they can ask the questions, they will still get the link. Somebody asked the price. The price are $24.99. It's no secret. I don't do the classes to make money. I do the various classes that we do at Sweeper University. So hopefully you'll learn some new techniques. You'll learn new ways to win. You'll apply them and stay a member longer, win longer. That's really the goal of why these classes started a few years ago. From a time perspective, it's tough because I have to commit that time weeks in advance typically. And as you know, things pop up. Wins, trips, events. And then we also have Club iWIN, which is a virtual club inside of the iWIN membership platform. And they meet the second Tuesday of every month. So same thing, second Tuesday of every month I kind of commit. Have I done any activities like snorkeling? So yes, so we went out snorkeling yesterday. Bubbly and the Hyatt, they sent us out on a snorkeling trip. We are going out on our own on a snorkeling trip tomorrow. Waves are getting bigger, as you guys can hear. We'll give you a little taste of some of the waves crashing. I see we don't have a whole lot of people out paddleboarding or surfing yet. We'll let Roscoe teach us TikTok. He may be better at TikTok right now than I am. From what I've seen, his videos are pretty good. Check them out. They're on TikTok, but we've posted some on different social media aspects. Who wants to work while there? It's funny because everyone's different, and some people have been all about the cubanicles. Some people have used them little, some people haven't. They don't care. I mean, they want us for certain filming and pieces that they're doing. I always talk about being very accommodating to sponsors. So we shot footage for about 4 hours on Monday. And I mean, we're talking like high core stuff, like lights, numerous cameras, all kinds of different things. Some of the pictures I've posted, you've seen some of the cameras in place. The final shot they did, they sent a drone out and they filmed us overhead and they came in zooming in. They did all this fun stuff with the drone. We shot probably a good 20-minute take or numerous takes on me getting Bubbly out of my fridge in my office. So literally, I'm typing, I turn, I reach into the refrigerator, pull out a Bubbly, make sure I show the logo, and do that. So we did that. So What's Lee been enjoying as you work? So this is one of the first trips that, like, I've always worked on vacation. It's no secret. You guys know that. I've never missed a Thursday, knock on wood, in 10 years. And obviously I've traveled a ton. So Lee is totally remote. So she literally can work. So each day she has actually worked. In fact, the cubanicle next to us today, she's actually going to spend some time, and she has a couple calls and some things to do. So one of the winner of that one said, hey, you know what, I'm not going to be using it except for the photo shoot and stuff, so if you want to come down and work a little bit, that's fine. So back to excursions. We did this excursion that Hyatt set up for us, and it was a private tour of See the Stars. And we really had, again, no idea. We just knew it was a See the Stars tour. It was on the roof of the Hyatt. So this guy from NASA picks us up and takes us up. We go all the way up to the top floor. We go out on the roof, and there are none of us asked how expensive these telescopes were. And we really wish we knew, but they have 3 telescopes and all this equipment up there. And he points out different stars, the North Star, Sagittarius, different things. And he calculates, he punches this into the telescope, and it zooms in on them. And you then go up and you can look and you can see it and just see how magnificent these stars are. It was just incredible. The highlight, though, was Saturn. So we got to see Saturn, and it was kind of like in science class when you see Saturn with the rings all around it. You could actually see all the rings, which it blew everyone's mind, because most of us had never seen something like that before. So it was just super, super cool. What else they have for us? They have us on a sunset cruise. So we'll be doing a sunset cruise, a private one just for our group on Monday night. The weekend is kind of our weekend to explore. Go do what you want. So like I said, we're gonna go out to a different reef and go snorkeling. We are trying to go to Maui, the crater, and go snorkeling. It's one of my favorite places in the world to snorkel. I waited too long to book it because I thought that was where we were going yesterday with the group, but we went to a different area. So it might be out of luck, but we're trying to find a different vendor. Because we've been here before, we have 1 or 2 that we love to go out with, and unfortunately they're sold out for like 2 weeks. So let's see what other questions I missed. So, somebody asked about like how people are from iWIN or whatnot, and I can't take credit for this. This was a member. Yes, the Sunset Cruise is with Trilogy. I should be a Trilogy spokesman because I love Trilogy. Every member that wins a trip to Maui, I always say, go out with Trilogy. They have so many different tours. We have paid them a lot of money. They have not given me anything from promoting them yet, but they are phenomenal. We really enjoy them. That was actually who the hotel chose to book with, and that's who we're going out with as well. A couple good questions I want to get to. Oh, so back to the story about the iWIN members, knowing who's who. So there was a trip to Paris for the World Cup, for the Women's World Cup. And Burgess flew by. And they had numerous winners. I think there were like 13 winners, and like 8 of them were from iWIN or so. And what they did was they would go up and say, oh, do you know Roscoe? So that was kind of the code word, and we've kind of established that. As if you're on a trip win and you want to talk to another winner and you mention Roscoe and they say, oh yeah, we know Roscoe, well, then they're friendly, they're a great person, and they're an iWIN member. If they look at you like you don't know what in the world you're talking about, you just wave and tell them to enjoy their day and go find somebody else. Or you give them an iWIN card. Tell them to join. Put you down and get your free month. The laptop is mine. So somebody thought, we got a brand new laptop. We didn't. But again, sponsor appropriate. I have Club iWIN contests on my laptop. So I removed those stickers and I've changed it to just the WFH logo. So this logo's on everything. Everything. Oh, we did do a luau. Somebody asked about that. The Drums of the Pacific, which is usually one of the arguably 2 best luau's. We did that, and sure enough, just like always, they had us the front 2 tables right in the center, up front. We were in the front row. Again, phenomenal. Can't say enough good about it. And the one really funny part about that was there's an iWIN member who did not win this trip, but they're on here with a different trip they won. And their family, actually them and their brother-in-law, I believe it is, both won Expedia points and trip points and whatnot. So they used them to come to Maui. So they're here on a trip win. And they flew in the exact same day as us. So I get a message on Discord for him that says, "Hey, Tom, I found your cubanicle," and he sends me a picture of it, with my name on it, and he says, "We're actually going to the luau tonight that happens to be at your hotel." I said, "Wow." I said, "I'm at the luau right now. I'm sitting in the front row." So he was able to come up. I had never met him before. Really great sweeper. Has had a ton of success with iWIN, which I love to see, and got to meet him, say hello, take a photo, and some of you guys saw he posted it in Discord. So that was really cool. I love running into members just on random things like that. I mean, who knows? You're in the middle of the ocean in Maui, totally unrelated. Here's another guy who wins a trip who happens to be an iWIN member, and it's like that stuff just blows my mind. It's things I never would have expected. What is my day job? This is my day job. Does it not look like I'm working? See? Got all these signs in the back. We got pictures. You guys see the bubbly promotion on the wall? Have I mentioned that the bubbly Bellini Bliss, island refreshing, nothing better. Let's see. Is Maui Gold Pineapple Plantation Tour on your schedule? Been there, really nice. So that is that's over on Oahu, I think. No, the Dole one's on Oahu. So I have not done that in Maui. Oh no, I'll have to check that out. Roscoe has his own. Yes, Roscoe does have his own credit card. A lot of people have asked. Yes, that's a real credit card. He has multiple. So it makes paying for like doggy daycare and treats in the pet store tons of fun. If you go up there and you hand them a credit card with your dog's name on it, and they're like, "Sign here," I'm like, "That's him. It's all on him." Can you see the video? I'm assuming the video that won. It's still up on my TikTok page. It's public. It was a public video. My handle's what's my handle on TikTok? TRun74? I think it's TRun74. TRUN74. So you can check that out. How many iWIN members won? And some of this I may have answered, but I'm going back. So three of the 4 of us are iWIN members, including me. So 2 others besides me. And then the one outcast. But she's actually wonderful. We've talked. You spend a lot of time with these people. You're here for 11 days, and you're doing numerous events together. So you really get to know them, know their guests, their friends. Everyone keeps asking if Michael Bublé will be showing up. I don't think so. I mean, who knows? Maybe like on the Private Sunset Tour, they'll have him pop up. Like nothing would surprise me with these guys for as just over the top as they've been. It really wouldn't surprise me, but I don't think so. Let's see what else we got. Some of you guys won consolation prizes from this. There were 10 consolation prizes. I gotta tell you, I mean, I highlighted this in iWIN. I felt it was a really great sweep. And the reason why I really like this one is, one, you had to do a video. So 50% of you people ran, screaming, kicking, never gonna do it. Take the skill class. Then you had to do it on TikTok. So that's another percent, not gonna do it. You had to travel on very specific dates. Dates were non-negotiable. That's going to alleviate some other people. You had to do a very quick turnaround. So you found out and you were leaving in, I don't know, like, it's like two weeks, 3 weeks at most. So you had to do all those things. It has a very high ARV. It's no secret on that. The ARV is over $21,000. For some people, that's a pass, and I get that and I respect that. Winning these big trips, or I always talk about it like winning a Super Bowl trip. Is it worth the taxes? Is the ARV worth it? And that's really up to you. That's your own personal decision that you need to decide. But yeah, there are things that I don't enter because, same thing, maybe it's a trip somewhere that I don't appreciate that value because of maybe the activities that are involved. I don't believe in entering a trip to go somewhere just to go somewhere. If there's an event involved and you don't want to go to it, I don't enter the trip. I know some people don't care and they sit at the hotel. That's just not me. It's not the way I do things. Favorite meal so far? The pulled pork at the luau was fantastic. I don't know. I really think like tonight, as we go to some of these really nice restaurants, I think those are going to be fantastic. We're going to enjoy those. So somebody asked, and this is a great question, how wheelchair accessible are these? They don't want to accept a win and not be able to do the excursions. Now, remember that most of the places you're going have things in place for other people that are wheelchair needed or wheelchair dependent. So, like the hotel and everything here, the luau, things like that, I don't think you'll have any issues. The tours, I don't know how they worked. I will say that we boarded from the beach. Literally, big catamaran pulled up, walked out through the water and up. So I could see that being a challenge, but there's other ones that don't board through the beach. They board off docks. So I would think that there's a good chance they have something available. Now, again, we're talking going on a boat. But, those are things you want to ask and you want to check with the sponsor or the judging agency when contacted. I will say that the majority of stuff I've ever done, you can do it. Even going to these NASCAR events, it can be done. We need Do You Know Roscoe t-shirts. That's funny. That's a good idea, Tammy. I really like that. Try Mama's Fish House is Jason's suggestion. Are you scheduled to go up to the summit? So no, I have actually been to Maui a few times. This is the second time I've won a trip to Maui. We have never done that. We've never done that, and I know you guys are going to freak out when I say it, but we've never done the road to Hana. We have trouble driving to Miami to go on a cruise. A full day Hana, 1-lane roads, tons of traffic. Yeah, we've just did a pass on it. And we like exploring and going things. We did that the other day, and we're going to do some of that on Sunday. But committing to, like we talked to people who left at 7 a.m. and they got back at 8:30 p.m. And that's a long day of driving through windy little roads. And the road to Hana's not long. I think it's about 60 miles, but it's a lot of one-lane roads, one-lane bridges. It's really, really challenging. How many flights did we have to take? So our travel wasn't too bad. In fact, when we were contacted, we already had flights in mind that we wanted. So we had sent them, and we had to fly. Going, we went through Denver and then over. So Denver was about 4 hours. Denver to Maui is just over 7. Coming back, we're splitting it up, LA and LA home. Now, we're not splitting it up like staying in LA at night. We leave at so you leave at 1 o'clock Hawaiian time, which would be 7 o'clock Eastern time. We're 6 hours difference right now. And we fly through LA, and then we land just after 7 a.m. Orlando time. So it's about a 12-hour total travel time. We have a little over an hour layover in LA. Are they requiring you to be in the cubicle certain times working? No, absolutely not. They have told us they understand whatever we want to do. You are not required to work from Hawaii. You could go have fun from Hawaii. I will say that most of us, I know the one guy was doing some calls from there. Most of us have done more of what the sponsors asked of us as far as videoing, taping, photo shoots, things like that with the cubicles. And like I said, we have another one coming up in a couple hours that we're going to be doing. But I worked, I was actually doing iWIN stuff while they were shooting and doing things. I was updating some content and actually logging some memberships and doing things like that. So in fact, the one guy came over and he's like, man, you are legit working. I'm like, it's cubicle. That's what the whole premise is. So I wasn't fake working. I really was working. And now, as most of you have seen, I've worked, but a lot of times I'm working weird hours. So like last night, we went to Warren and Annabelle's, the magic show, which again, Maui, you don't think, hey, let's go to a magic show. But most of you guys, or some of you guys who have been to Maui know that that's just an amazing experience. It's really good. We've done it in the past, and we did it, and actually one of the other winners and their husband and Lee and I went last night, and it didn't disappoint again. Just really good, really fun. It's over in Lahaina, which is only just a couple miles down the road, but that's a really, really cool experience we've done. But yeah, the answer is no. We don't have to be here certain hours. I may do a little bit of filming and doing just some stuff for iWIN early next week. Over the weekend, probably won't do anything. But as far as work, in my hotel. Like I was saying, last night when we came back, I actually went down to the business center because Lee wanted to sleep. And I was updating the site and updating some things, answering some questions. So I know a lot of you guys saw emails or posts in Discord, things like that. You had to refuse the Corona golf trip worth $26K. Yeah, that was a big dilemma on that one. We had a ton of iWIN members win that, and I'm jealous. And anyone needs a +1 on that, I'm in to go golfing on a private jet for a day. But yeah, it's a huge tax commitment, regardless of what tax bracket you're in. That's the question everyone asks. Well, how much taxes do I pay? Everyone's going to be different because you got to talk to a tax accountant. Your tax bracket, it may be different than mine, different than Susie's, different than John's. So you really need to talk to an accountant, see what your liability is going to be on that. But also remember that an ARV it's like an estimate, but it's an estimate that it can't go above. It can go lower. So there's been a lot of trips where I've had an ARV of say $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, but it ends up being $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 because airfare is a big factor in that. Hotels are a big factor in that. They may be able to get flights for a couple $100, but yet they allotted say $2,000, and they only spent $400 of that allotment. So you want to look at that. Yes, those up in the north, our neighbors to the north, Canada, do not have to pay taxes on wins. But as most Canadians would tell you, the opportunities in the U.S. are just far, far greater. So you got a little bit of sunlight, so you guys can see me still. My clock's 5 minutes slow. Uh-oh. I better talk to Bubba. Is it really? 41:43. No, it's not. You must be on delay. It's actually accurate. I tend to not like to do videos on social media because real family and friends comment stupid stuff because they don't understand sweepstakes. What am I doing it for? Is a separate account better? So, you know, you hear this argument all the time. Now, on Facebook has a rule. This is their rule. It has nothing to do with sweepstakes. But you can only have one account. You can't have a personal account and a sweeper account and a friend account and whatever you want. You can make groups on Facebook, so it's a lot easier. Even though they own Instagram, they do allow you multiple accounts. Same with on Twitter. And every time I say this, I got to preface to people: don't be a cheater. You don't need to. You don't need to have numerous accounts and enter across numerous accounts. It's just not needed. And I know every single one of you out there know people like this, where they pretend to enter 50 other people. Hey, that's their prerogative. I am not the sweeper police. I don't go after it. I know there's some jerks out there that's all they do all day is try and figure this stuff out. I have one account that I use to enter. It is my personal. It is my entering. I guess people know what I do, so I'm not really that worried about that. But I can see that and I can understand that. It depends what you use social media for too. There's a way to limit certain posts from being seen by certain people. But it's a necessary evil when entering sweepstakes, is that your information's out there and it's public. Like some of you guys asked for the video. I could have took the video down. I didn't. I have no reason to take it down. I want to support Bubbly. I love that. I love supporting the sponsors. They give me wonderful experiences like this. Why I would not be accommodating to them just blows my mind. If you think being a jerk and demanding is going to get you places with them, wrong. It's completely opposite. It may get you something once, but never again. Yeah, I wish I flew nonstop from Maui. I had to connect to you guys. Yeah, Roscoe would love to be here in person. Yeah, this is the longest that he has been left in, and I don't even know the last time he left in this long. Oh, Michelle is going. Oh, somebody said the fan's blowing into the speaker. All right, so we're gonna lower the fan a little bit. But man, this fan is like my key. The cubanicles are a little hot. Let's see, we're getting a little. Let's go there. So we're a little more shaded too. Hopefully that's a little bit better. So yeah, Michelle mentioned she's going on the jet next week, the private jet. Michelle sent me some pictures. For those who don't know, it's a private jet to go play golf for 4. And you got to choose a course in your region. I know a lot of the West Coast people are going to play Pebble Beach. But that's super cool. So I have never won a trip on a private jet. We've had a lot of members do it, but I've never won one. Let's see. Yeah, I don't stop working on vacation. I know that there's members who are like, you need to just chill for a week. And maybe at some point I will. I really, really, really want to go back to Africa again. It's going to be hard to update iWIN and keep things up to date. But every other place I've been, I've managed to do it. Now, where I want to go in Africa, I don't want to go to Kruger and stay at like a zoo, basically. I like going to Botswana, Kenya, Tanzania, where you are off the grid, you are free to roam around, you never have any idea what you're going to see. Kruger's much different because it's enclosed, and you have to stay on roads, and where if you ever like go to do a safari, check out like Botswana Botswana is wide open. You don't have to stay on roads. You can go out at night. The animals aren't locked in with fences, so you never know what you're going to see. In fact, years ago, they were trying to introduce rhinos back into Botswana, and so the government bought some, brought them to Botswana, and they walked across the borders and left because they weren't enclosed there. It's getting a little bit of sun on my computer, so let me try and move this so I can see. As somebody said, the last trip they won was Czech Republic, and it was like a 17,000 ARV. So there are some. I mean, this is up there for ARVs for me. One of my Super Bowl wins was around 20,000. Who's watching Roscoe? So Roscoe is being watched actually by one of my neighbors. She is going. She lives just a few doors down, and she's kind of staying at our house and going back and forth, letting him out. And then my immediate next door neighbor, who he absolutely loves, comes over, checks on him, takes him out, and whatnot. So. What are the jugs? Can you keep one filled with bubbly? So the jugs, those were actually, and she's referring to some of the pictures, those were actually pineapples. There were pineapples that were opened up that had, coconuts, that had coconut juice in them, or coconut water in them. So you could actually drink it as coconut water. But they had husked them, and then they had put the logos on them. So I actually did want to keep one, but they don't really, once they're husked like that and whatnot, they don't really keep very well. What's the temperature this time of morning? I don't know. I think it's probably in the high 70s, 80s, something like that. Some of you guys won that Cheetos Mac to School. I told you guys that was like an amazing sweep. I bet you 50 or 60 of the 75 winners were iWIN members. Discord was just blowing up with win after win after win after win. So that was so super cool to see. So I know we're getting a little sunny in here, so I wanna let you guys see the ocean one more time. The boat out there now. See the break of some of the waves. Actually, way over there, you can see that's kind of the start of Lahaina. Let me see if I missed anything. Let's try and get to the end of these. See if any of you guys have any more questions. But yeah. So for those who just joined us, let's give you a tour one more time before we end. So let me flip this around. Yeah, the view is amazing, and not only is that the view, but that picture that I posted of the pool and the ocean in the background, that is actually the view from our room. So again, here's my co-workers, little cubicles. There's mine, and there's another one. We'll kind of walk around, and everyone's got like different photos and trees in the background, and then most of us have the same office supplies. Like I said, the whole theme of this was working from Hawaii. So working from Hawaii or working from home, WFH. And it was also in connection with their new, and I don't have my can on me, Bellini Bliss. We'll see if I'm up, I've been up early because I'm still figuring out this East Coast time. Let's switch back to here. Don't forget, bubbly, Bellini Bliss. But I will try and maybe give you a tour of the grounds. The grounds, we are at the Hyatt Regency in Maui, are really, really cool. They have resident penguins. They have all kinds of wildlife. They have different birds and parrots that are in the lobby for part of the day. They have swans. They have all kinds of things. And we actually got a wildlife tour early the other morning. They called it a networking event. We were meeting with the suits, which were the penguins. So we got to do that. But, I just want to say again, thanks for being members. Thanks for all your support. It's been 10 years. 10 years this month that iWIN has been around. I actually have to look up the exact date of the first issue, but I know it's right around here at the end of the month. So 10 full years, iWIN's been around. Thank you for being part. It's been a wild journey that, frankly, I never really expected. I never expected I'd be doing lives in a cubanicle in Hawaii with people who actually cared and watching. So thanks for that. Thanks for all the support. Hopefully you're enjoying the pictures, enjoying the fun videos. But go out and win something. Win yourself something so that you can do these lives and you can send me those photos and videos. Like all those people going on the private jets coming up. So I can't wait to see those photos. So thanks again. Have a wonderful weekend, and I will talk to you guys all soon. Aloha.